How's everybody doing today? Today I want to talk a little bit about bloodlines and similarities. Okay, have you ever taken two different bloodlines and blend them together and they just haven't performed the way you expected for them to perform, even though they both come from good families? Okay, there's a lot of bloodlines that just don't click when you breed them together because the similarities don't match up, when you blend them together, and that could be breeding, let's say, a Kelso over a Hatch or a Hatch over a Kelso. If the similarities in the bloodline don't match up, well, you're not going to get chickens that aren't any good, in the pit because the similarities from one bloodline to another don't match up. There's no similarity, in the offspring. So this is one of the reasons that you can breed two very good bloodlines that are proven with other lines to produce good battle blends. But when you blend those two chickens together, a lot of times the similarities in one bloodline and the similarities in the other bloodline just don't match up together. So even if you do have a good bloodline that matches up with another good blind and produces at least 70% of your winning percentage, well, then that means that your similarities in both bloodlines were able to connect with each other and produce good blends for the pit. But once again, I wanted to share this with everybody about the similarities in different bloodlines. A lot of times they just won't match up together, but you can take those same bloodlines and blend them with other bloodlines, and you'll get a good average with another bloodline than you would with the two bloodlines that produce good chickens with other bloodlines. This was brought up to me by a fellow one day, and we started discussing, that a lot had to do with the similarities in the different bloodlines. If the similarities don't line up, well, then you won't have but about average chickens in the offspring. So this is something that is very important when you go to make your battle blends. You have to find out if your chickens in both different bloodlines have the same similarities. And by what I mean the similarities, I mean by the cutting ability, the gameness, the aggression, the bottom. Those have to like bond together so that the similarities can be thrown out to the offspring from both different bloodlines. But once again, this is just something I wanted to share with everybody on YouTube today about the similarities and the characteristics in two different bloodlines. A lot of times they just won't nick together, but they will nick with other bloodlines. So if you have two bloodlines that just seem not to produce good offspring, it's because the similarities, once again, are not matching up together. So you have to discontinue that blend. I myself have encountered this with two very good bloodlines. I bred some one year. I bred some black blood over a red family, and the offspring were terrible. I mean, they were pretty good looking roosters. They had good flesh, but they weren't any good in the pit. That tells me that those two bloodlines just had different similarities and they didn't match up together. This is just something I wanted to share with everybody about similarities and characteristics in different bloodlines. I haven't made a video in quite some time because I've been real busy, but I hope at least somebody learns about similarities when it comes to putting two bloodlines together, and that can be the fighting style of the two similarities that you actually see in the pit once you show that bloodline straight or whether it be with another blend. Y'all have a good day. Thank you for following me on YouTube.